There's two squeeze candidates which stand out. These have excellent backtests and a squeeze that looks likely to fire long. In today's video, I'll share exactly what that signal is, which is our Slingshot Squeeze, along with the two different stocks. We'll analyze what their backtests have been using more than 20 years worth of data to try and determine, is this a trade worth taking? Now, first things first, where to download the backtester I'll be using. For all Volatility Box members, the backtester is included for free with your membership, and we build it together in our Squeeze course in Module 12 and Module 13. This is the Slingshot Squeeze backtester, and in Module 13, you'll learn how to build and add these stats, which make it really easy to analyze trades. Now, I'm also using the Slingshot Squeeze scan, so if we were to take a look at the scan results here, I've run our bullish Slingshot Squeeze scan in all symbols, but I've added in two different liquidity filters. One is a volume filter, and one is a price filter. Outside of that, I just have our Slingshot Squeeze conditions, 1 and 2, and once we run this scan, we're left with three different stocks that meet our criteria. The first is Under Armour, then we have VFC, and then we have Viavi Solutions. Our goal is to try and figure out which out of these three do we actually want to take the trade in. Is it all three? Is it just one out of the three, two out of the three? What is it? To help us answer that question, I've loaded in our Slingshot Squeeze backtester. This is the backtester built in Module 12, and it gives you some really nice helpful stats that make it easy to determine, do you want to take this trade or skip it? So let's go through all three candidates together. The first one we said was Under Armour. We take a look at Under Armour, and the first thing that stands out, the market stage. We're in a market stage of accumulation, and so far this trend still seems to be more towards the bullish side. We can see that the Slingshot Squeeze is forming right here, and we're looking for the squeeze to fire to the long side. When we run our backtest to build some confidence, we can see that over the past 20 plus years, we've had 14 winners, 3 losers. That tells us that our win to loss ratio is fairly solid. The next question is determining, is this still a profitable strategy? You'll find tons of times your win rate might be exceptionally well, but you'll see that in the net, the strategy actually loses. To help us answer that question, we can take a look at the P&L, and very clearly a positive P&L over 17 different trades. The one downside, the average loser of this trade is much greater than the average winner. So that's something that gives me a little bit of caution. Average trade duration, about 10 days. So Under Armour looks fairly solid, minus the average loss being bigger than the average gain. And one way we can help mitigate that risk, we wait for a slight pullback to this market pulse line, so near the 920 mark. So Under Armour was the first stock. Then we go on to VFC. Repeat the same exercise with our backtester loaded on, max available data, and here you should notice something a little bit different. Before I even look at the results here, it doesn't matter what these labels are telling us, just look at this P&L graph down here. Very clearly red, you can see that the P&L is negative. Doesn't really matter what this win to loss rate is if you're not going to make money on the strategy. So VFC is one that I would skip. Doesn't really matter how nice of a win to loss rate this has. And finally, we move on to the last ticker, Viavi Solutions. This one out of the three is my favorite. Whoops, Viav. If we take a look at the backtest here, you'll see that the backtest, if we run it for the max available data, is a really exceptional backtest. We have 24 winners, 2 losers. 24 out of 26 trades over the whatever period we're looking at here has led to a successful strategy here. And this goes all the way back to 1994. You can see the average winner much greater than the average loser, 27% compared to 10%. If you wanted to actually analyze each trade, you could do that in the report, but this P&L graph makes it really easy to tell that this strategy is working fairly well. You'll also see that the backtester ignores this strategy when the trend is not on your side. Take a look at this entire period in which you see 0 trades for the bullish side whenever we're trending downwards. The backtester automatically has a trend filter built in. So as we've started to see this new uptrend, we've already had 1 and 2 different squeezes. Now we're getting the third different squeeze entry, and once again with a very positive backtest. We zoom in here, we take a look at this in a little bit more detail. The other thing that stands out for VIAV, we have the 1-2 punch combo starting to build up here. Not necessarily in that same strong bullish direction as we normally see, but still the pattern is there, which tells you that you're now looking for momentum to maybe just chop around and slowly start to get going in that bullish direction. Excuse that mouse. So VIAV out of the three that we took a look at is the one that I like the most. So if you had to rank this, I would almost say first, second for Under Armour, and then third is VFC, which quite honestly, we should just be skipping altogether. So there you have it. We ran our Slingshot Squeeze. And for all Volatility Box members, you can download the backtester that I used along with the scans for free on our website, tosindicators.com/squeeze-course. We used the Slingshot Squeeze scans in Module 11 along with the backtester that we build in Modules 12 and 13 to find these three stocks, Under Armour, VFC, and Viavi Solutions. And out of those three, we narrowed it down to the two squeeze candidates that actually had some positive backtests, a nice entry, and a way to participate to the upside. I hope you found this video helpful for those of you that are squeeze traders looking for some new plays where you have the backtest on your side. Take care, everyone. Good luck trading, and I'll see you in our next update.